Alright, so, last time, on Midnight Club 3, we officially started the Detroit portion of the game, as we raced and beat Leo. And in all honesty, that's probably going to be about as easy as it gets. As next up, we will be racing against Roy. And this is going to be interesting because, well, Roy will be driving a Dodge Viper this time.
Now she gonna fly.
Unlike before, where he was basically driving the original Dodge Charger from 1969, and then he drove the...
Man, this guy has some serious connections to be driving around in one of those. Up until now, I only seen him at car shows. Where the hell did he get that thing?
So Caesar has now popped up on the map. I think he drives a Lamborghini, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, man, look at that ride. Now that's crazy. Don't give this guy any leeway, or he's just gonna ruin you with that sweet American muscle.
And Roy is driving the DodgeViperGTS-R. And basically, this is our third encounter with Roy, because, well, I have previous experience with him, and also because, well, the next guy I'll be up against after him will probably be Spider, because he is basically riding a sports bike. So Roy is now driving a Dodge Viper GTS-R concept for the 3 races that we have to do with him again. I also believe we'll encounter him as a challenger in the US Championship Series as well when I get round to doing that. It'll basically be the final series of events that we do with the mainstay progress of the game, because after this we'll... How did I avoid those pillars? Anyway. We're doing okay for now, because I am running in the top half of the field, and I'd say my car is pretty fast, as I also make sure to use the slipstream turbo and dragging the wall just a little bit there, but able to hold my ground, as I also use zone to get me through what could have been an accident had I not used zone right there, and so far so good. And my car is now doing in excess of 200 miles per hour. And there is a lot of snow around here in Detroit. Although, then again, Oscar did mention something about Detroit itself being cold. I thought for sure I was going to miss that, but thankfully I didn't. I'm also pretty sure those are snow plows I just went past there. And now I'm running in second. And now I have to try and see if I can bridge that margin back again. Oh god, okay. I'd better use zone again because, well, the traffic is concerning me. Oh, and someone appears to be dead on the bridge. Or on the overhead bridge. I don't know what that's all about, but it doesn't concern me because I am on the highway and I am leading quite easily. And also going to use my first shot of nitrous now. I figured it was better to hold back until later on in the race, because I am now only meters away from the finish, and there we go, I win first try. That was pretty easy in all honesty. I did not think it was going to be over quite that fast. So Kinga finishes second, Roy was third, Diceman finished in fourth, and hey, where are the other 2 guys? Are they going to make it to the finish? Well, there's one of them. So Monica 5th, Bird 6th, And the 7th placed car, I have no idea where he is. I think he might be dead, because I noticed he was basically just left hanging like a noose on the overhead bridge when I saw him. So I'd assume he's probably not going anywhere. I think I'll just move on.
Now that's a car!
Hey, thanks, Vince. Yeah, by the way, if you either were or weren't paying attention, the mechanic we get here in Detroit is called Vince. And right now, hey, we've now got level 3 performance tires for Class C vehicles. That's probably going to be helpful for either my Lexus or my Hot Match Quivito. Anyway, we have done the first race with Roy, and now let's move on to race number 2 against Roy, as we are now doing freeway circuit. So basically we are just more or less turning laps on the highway, is what me thinks, and this time it is snowing. I have no idea how we're going to handle. First time I've actually done a race in the snow, if you can believe it or not, and we are just racing on the main roads. Hopefully it's not going to be as bad as racing in the rain. Yeah, I need to make sure I don't miss the crossover point, because, well, that's precisely what I did last time, and, well, because the rest of my run was not going very well, I just decided, okay, have it your way. I'll restart and make sure not to miss the crossover this time, because that crossover is pretty important, if I do say so myself. And I'm going to hold back on the nitrous for now because, well, I may need it. It's a 2-lap event, so hopefully it will not be too hard. Made it. It's alright, it's fine. I made it stick. I had to slide into it, but I did make it. Okay. It's alright, it's fine, we're still in this. I have not lost this race yet. It's also fair to say that I'm leading as well. To the respect of Vince. I knew that was going to happen. I was just waiting to see how long it was before an ambulance popped up, and then suddenly, once that did happen, someone was just gonna push me into the concrete. I was just waiting to see how long it was before someone tried that and basically had it fail miserably. I cannot say I'm surprised, in all honesty. Yeah, you've really got to slide into the corner there to get it nailed. But nonetheless, I'd say we're running pretty well for now. And in all honesty, I just want to keep it that way. So, I'm up at the front again. I'd say I'm holding on to my lead pretty well. I am also keeping my car in contention without crashing myself too much, which is another good thing. Oh, and I wrecked myself anyway, because of course I did. But at least I'm still in contention, which is the important thing. I need to be contentious, not pretentious. Because that's what I prefer to be. And now I think my car might be destroyed. unless I can somehow get myself back in this race. And right now, it looks like I've done just that. I'm in the lead, don't want to bottle it, and there we go. Surprisingly, this is the first time I've actually raced in the snow, and in spite of the errors I made before, I'd say it's not quite as tricky as winning races in the wet. It's still pretty tricky, but not too tricky, as I took victory in the end by practically 4 seconds over Roy. Bird completes the podium, Fernando 4th, Ricky finished in 5th, and it was Nick who finished in 6th.
Excelente!
Cheers, Oscar. I can always appreciate an excelente from you. Alright, let's get a replay now, because it's snowing and also because I've not done a replay from the snow yet. So I think I'll probably get this full lap and we'll see how we go. Yeah, I have also established in the snow that you do need to brake for that corner, because you cannot go through those pillars in the snow without crashing, unless you're able to get your car to stay straight without sliding straight into the pillars, which in all honesty is precisely what I did before, but nonetheless, everything else I'd say worked out okay. Plus, I can definitely say using the zone movements, I can also say that using the zone also helped me out in getting through a lot of these accidents that I managed to avoid. I think if I didn't have zone, I would no doubt be having a harder time than what I've realistically had up to this point. Which, coming from me, I'd say that's a good thing. Yeah, I was just waiting to see how long it was before someone attempted to put me straight in the concrete and basically fractured my skull. But luckily, however, it was only a hit from the side. It was not a head first hit, if you know what I mean. Anything else? I can definitely say zone has helped me out a few times. It's definitely got me out of some bogey positions that would have killed me otherwise. Okay, I think we're done now. I'd say we've got enough shots of the Lotus Esprit from here, and this time we are doing another race. Hall. It is another circuit race. And then once I am done with Roy, I will probably go racing Spider. And hey, I've seen that guy before. He's basically the guy from Atlanta, except for saying this time he's wearing a big puffer jacket because of how cold it is here in Detroit. And no snow on the forecast this time. I can definitely say they made a good choice for choosing Detroit in this game, if I do say so myself. Yeah, that second burst of nitrous I released, that was totally an accident. I had no intentions of releasing that second one the way I did. Damn it. Now, I'm at the back. Or thought I was going to be at the back, but I'm still in this. Okay, using the brakes to make, using zone to make the corner, because I know if I miss that corner, I'm basically gone. I'm basically gone into something worse than a sinkhole. Now I just have to make sure I don't dig myself a hole to hell. Hopefully. If I can stay out of trouble long enough, then maybe I will manage to avoid disaster before it happens. Okay, this is the shortcut I need to take for that extra turn of speed, and so far so good. So now, I have to make sure I hold on to this lead. Okay, on the brakes so I don't miss the turn, and using zone because I know there's a bridge up ahead. Even though the entry is a little slow, it's okay because I'm still up front with the leaders, which is precisely where I need to be. And using zone because I need to work my way through the traffic. Alright, time for the second lap. And okay, I'm well away from the wall now. Unlike before, where I just went straight into it. And I have now got an advantage. I think it's Roy who's running in second in his Dodge Viper. Basically, it's a case of Dodge versus Lotus in this race, and so far, it looks as though Lotus is prevailing over Dodge. Or if we're talking in terms of owners, manufacturers, it is technically GM that is prevailing, or Proton I should say, who is prevailing over Chrysler. I know that Lotus was owned by GM before it was owned by Proton. I also know that Proton is now the manufacturer that owns Lotus, even though previously it was GM who owned the brand. And now Lamborghini is leading. I think Lamborghini is owned by VW, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, let's try and see if I can get to the end of this one. Oh, and I missed the turn. Damn it. God damn it. I knew that was going to happen. I was just waiting to see how long it was before my mistakes costed me. Unless I can somehow come back from this. Oh my god. That was literally a photo finish. How the fuck did I pull that off? I basically just went balls out on that final stretch, and it somehow worked. So, I beat Bricks to the line in a photo finish. Then it was Kayla who finished third, Diceman fourth, Kyle fifth, and it was Roy who finished in last. I did not think I was going to win that race the way I did, especially after that late race mistake very nearly costed me the dub. Hell yeah, we beat Roy. We also beat 2 Lamborghinis, 2 Dodgers, and I think 2 Cadillacs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we now get some more rims available. That's cool. And that only took me 34 minutes to get through all 3 of those. That was pretty good. Right, so we had a Lamborghini, a Cadillac, obviously got Roy in his Dodge Viper, another Dodge Viper. Okay, so 2 Cadillacs, 2 Dodgers, and a Lamborghini Diablo is what we had in the field for this one. Good. Very good. So that is now 2 street racers here in Detroit who have been beaten. And we are now 47% complete with the game. And next time I will be going up against Spider, as the other guy we have on the map is Caesar. But I will take down Spider first because he is closer to me. So, Spider will be our next opponent here in Detroit. So that'll do it for this episode, and I will see you all in the next episode.